Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to another one of Lucky Strike Living. If today is your first time to our channel, welcome. My name is Gordy Watson. I am a third generation captain in Naples, Florida. And Rip, come here, play. This is my first mate, Rip, and he is on all of my trips. And it is an absolutely beautiful day in Naples, Florida. So most of the time I am an offshore fisherman. That's what I make my living doing, but the wind is blowing 15 to 20. We have been blessed with great weather as far as wind for the last month and a half, but today it is rough offshore. So if you're unfamiliar with our area, typically our offshore trips start at a minimum of 15 miles offshore. And our maximum that we go is around 100 miles. So the Gulf of Mexico is very different. It's very shallow for a long period of time. So we have to go a long ways to get to where the bigger fish are that our customers want and desire. But because the weather is a little bit crappy offshore, we are going to do a little bit of inshore fishing because I have had a request for ceviche. So we are going to do our best and catch some snappers, but first we got to catch some bait, and we're going to go over all the tactics, tricks, techniques, and hope you guys absolutely love today's video. And if you would, please subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000, and it means the world to me that you guys are liking what we're doing and involved in our lives. But hope you guys like today's video, and we will catch you in just a minute. Alright, y'all, we came back in Gordon's Pass and I found some bait. And man, when I say I found some bait, look at this. I'm just gonna use the dog bowl. I found some bait. So the most important part with snapper fishing is chumming. Getting them chummed up, so the more bait you have, the better. And I threw it twice. First time got 30, 40. Second time got hundreds. So I'm gonna show you my cast net rig. This is a 10-foot 3/16 mesh. It is super thin, super small diameter, so that all these little baits don't get gilled off. It is 10 feet long and it works like a charm. So if you have a little bit bigger mesh, even if it's a 1/16 of an inch bigger, all these little ones will get gilled off and you'll be messing around with your net for a long time. So my advice, get the smallest mesh cast net you can find. 8 to 10 feet works great, and as long as you can find some, you'll be ready to roll. Now that we have plenty of bait, my first plan was to head to the old Naples fishing pier, which is due north of Gordon's Pass. On the way to the pier, you see one of the most beautiful beaches in Florida. This is Port Royal in Old Naples, and this is one of the most expensive places to live in Florida. This is what's left of the Naples Pier after Hurricane Ian came through our area last year. Typically this would be full of people, lots of fishermen, but we have not yet started to rebuild the Naples Pier. The Naples Pier can have some of the best fishing in our area, and with not that many people fishing it, obviously, I thought it'd be a good idea to give it a shot. Just be careful when driving by the pier because it used to stick out at least another 100 feet. And right there you can see the submerged pilings just underneath the water. So if you're driving by to take a look, be careful. After a few minutes of chumming for snapper and no luck, I decided to head back to Gordon's Pass. Alright y'all, so the first spot that we are going to try and fish is the famous Gordon's Pass. So if you can tell, the current is going out at a pretty good clip. So if you watch, if I throw the chum, it moves pretty dang quick and it gets out of the zone pretty quickly. So we're a little bit early, so I'm gonna go over our rig. So my favorite rig for these snapper is little circle hook, 10 to 15 pound test leader with a little split shot. That's it. Use these little shiners, chum up a bunch. So I've recycled Rip's bowl, and every once in a while I'll just throw some in the water. And hopefully we can get a few chummed up because I want some lunch. So what I like to do is hook these shiners right through the nostril, just like that. And sometimes you put 2 or 3 or 4 on there and it makes a difference. But we're going to start with that and go from there. So I didn't even have time to turn the camera on, but second bait. Come on, let it go. So second bait, I got me a snapper. He might be a keeper, but he's a little bit short. So if you know anything about Gordon's Pass, is every time you stop there will be a dolphin on your boat no matter what. And if you let this guy go right here, the dolphin's gonna eat it. So what you want to do is throw him as close as you can to the rocks to give him some sort of chance, because everybody loves dolphins and they're so cute and cuddly, but we want to keep our fish around. And if you don't let these fish spawn and get bigger, that's why we have size limits. So if you feed the small ones to the dolphin, then we're not doing our part. So do your best, keep it away from the dolphins, don't feed them. Bait number 2. Bait gone. Throw some chum. Bait number 3. Lost him. Oh, I got him that time. Got him on. Oh yeah. Snapper, snapper. So if you are 9 miles from the beach or closer, your snapper only have to be 10 inches. If you're 9 miles or further, they have to be a total of 12 inches. If you're on a charter that is an offshore boat, they always have to be 12 inches no matter what, no matter where you are. But I'm not on a charter, so this snapper right here is 11 inches. So we are going to put him in the box, and he is going to go towards our ceviche. Throw some chum. Bait number 4 going down. Oh gosh. Yeah, baby. Boom. Bait number 4, and he is over 12 inches. Going in. So that is 4 baits and 2 fish in the cooler. We've been here 3 minutes, maybe 4. So I'm going to go over our rig just a little bit more so you guys know how to do this, and you can come out here anytime you want and do this. So I've got a very small split shot, maybe 1/16 ounce, something like that, a small circle hook, and 15-pound test leader, and about 4 feet of it, 5 feet of it. We've got an outgoing tide. One important thing, like I said earlier, is you don't want that tide going super fast so you can't feel your bait. But current is going front to back, so I toss the chum up there just a little ways, and then I set my bait in that chum and just slowly let it drift by, and right about here is where I get my bite. And it seems like they are biting, so I'm going to do it again. Throw my chum. I got 3 on this time. Toss it up there. Just let it sink. Let it sink and drift with the current. Oh, got him. Boom. Bait number 4, 5, fish number 3. So he is $11, 10 and 7/8. Throw your chum. 3 baits seem to work. Throw it up current. No bites. Got him! Oh goodness. He's probably 10, but we're gonna let him go. is definitely not 10. Got him! Nice. Right species, wrong birthday. So I believe we've caught 6 so far, been here probably 10 minutes, and I know there's bigger ones down there. There always are, and you got to figure out how to catch them. So sometimes if you put one small bait on there, the little ones are able to get to it. The 3 keepers that I caught were on 3 shiners on 1 hook, and that worked great. And then sometimes if you put on 1 live one or 2 live ones, they run around and get away from those little ones. So you just got to go back and forth, and you'll catch some small ones, you catch some medium ones, and you'll catch some big ones. That's fishing for you. Oh no, we're going in the wrong direction. Little ones. Little. Biggest one of the day. Going in the wrong direction. Alright y'all, so as you can see, the bite is incredible. Every single drop, within 5 seconds you're getting a bite. You lose a bunch. A lot of them are small, but there are plenty of keepers. I've got 6 in the cooler. I'd like 1 more. So we're gonna catch us 1 more, and then we're gonna go let Rip run down the beach. But hope you guys are enjoying this one, and 1 more. I wanted to give you guys a third-person view of my technique that I'm using to catch these snapper. I am tossing my bait up in front of the boat and letting it drift slowly down from front to back. And by the time it gets even with me or even with the motors, these fish are eating it almost every single drop. When you chum up these snapper, they come up in the water column, so you don't have to be even close to the bottom. And you saw right there me throw the snapper towards the rocks. I know some of you say that's not good, but like I said earlier in the video, I am trying to give them a chance because the dolphin, which you have seen in the video, is right next to the boat. I'm gonna let this video run unedited and show you guys how much fun you can have doing this. The bite takes seconds and you can catch multiple fish within minutes. This type of fishing is perfect for kids, inexperienced fishermen, and really anybody of all ages, because I enjoyed this. You can catch a ton super quickly. Once we caught enough snapper for our ceviche, I wanted to take Rip to Keewaydin Island and let him run along the beach and have a blast. If you are unfamiliar with Keewaydin Island, it is a 9-mile stretch of state-owned beach between Naples and Marco that is pretty much private, and you can only access it by boat. And on the weekdays, there is nobody around. So I let Rip jump off the boat, go to the beach, and he gets to run and be free. And whenever Rip is ready, he knows that he can swim out to the boat, and I'll pick him up and we can head back home. All right, y'all, so we have made it back to the house and we've got 7 beautiful inshore mangrove snapper. So just want to be sure you guys understand, if you are 9 miles from the beach or closer, the size limit of mangrove snapper has to be 10 inches. And if you are 9 miles or further, which is federal waters, they've got to be 12 inches in total length or bigger. If you're on a charter boat that is designated for offshore, they have to be 12 inches no matter where you are. And if you're not on a charter, like myself, but you are an offshore boat, as long as you're not on the charter and you have paying customers, they are allowed to be 10 inches if you're inside 9 miles. So you guys have seen me fillet snapper a bunch, so I'm only gonna show you one, and there's only one little difference that I'm gonna do for our ceviche. So if you want to see how we fillet snapper and a bunch of them, you can go through my YouTube channel and see a bunch. But it always starts the same, from the butt to the top of the head. Once you get to that backbone, you want to bend your knife at a 10 degrees. So 10 degrees along that spine and backbone, all the way through, flip him over. Once you flip him over, don't cut all the way through the fillet because you're going to scale him. And if you cut all the way through, you won't be able to hold the fillet and keep it nice and tight. So use the fish to hold the fillet for you. So the only difference is you want to get every single bone out, because ceviche, you don't want any bones or anything. So we're going to cut that out, throw that away, and check for pin bones. Nope, we're all good. So you flip them over from the top of the head to the butt, spin him around to the backbone, angle that knife, keep the skin on, same degree, 10 degrees for filleting and skinning. Look at that, you can see all the way through him, no meat left, and you throw that away. check for pin bones. There's one little set of pin bones right there. Cut that away. You're ready to go. So I'm going to get filleting and do the rest of these. And next time you see me, we'll be in the kitchen. All right, y'all, welcome to the kitchen. If you are unfamiliar with ceviche, so it is raw fish, but you use lemon and lime juice to cook the fish for you. So the acidity of lemons and limes will pretty much cook the fish for you. If you're unfamiliar with it, I'm gonna show you. Most of you guys know what ceviche is, but I have taken the liberty of dice all of these mangrove snapper, and that is 7 of them, and I left one fillet here for you so you kind of get the idea of the size of pieces that I like. What I like to do is pieces like that, not too small yet not too big. I like square pieces, rectangles, something like that. So like I said, I took the liberty to do all of those other fillets, so I'm going to do this real quick, and I'm going to show you the lemon and lime process. All right, so we've got all of our fish in our bowl, and now we're going to squeeze the lemon juice and lime juice on this fish. So I don't have a squeezer, so I'm going to do it by hand. So if you look really close, you can see some of the pieces are starting to turn a white color. So that is the acid that is slowly starting to cook this snapper. And I did 3 lemons and 2 limes. And you can tell that most of the pieces are covered with the juice. So it typically takes about 45 minutes. And what you want to do is put your fish and lime juice and lemons in the fridge, and it'll slowly cook it. So since the fish isn't totally submersed by the juice, every 15 minutes I'm gonna go in and churn it up and mix it around so all the pieces get cooked evenly. And the best part about ceviche, in my opinion, is you can make it any way you want. I am a fruit guy. I love fruit of all kinds. I don't think there's a fruit I don't like. So I love a fruity, maybe islandy ceviche. Some people don't like fruit, and you can do spices, peppers, anything that you like, you can put in there. So I am going to put this fish in the refrigerator, and I'm going to get to chopping up. I think I've got strawberries, cucumbers, apples, cilantro, mint, tomatoes, maybe one more thing. But that is it. I'm going to set this in the microwave and get to chopping. All right, y'all, so we have pulled the fish from the refrigerator. It took a little bit longer because we lost power and y'all couldn't see me when I was filming. But here's what the fish looks like after about 45 minutes. So it's much wider, but there's still some pieces that look a little bit undercooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the ingredients and then put it in the refrigerator for another probably 30-45 minutes, and then it will be perfect. So like I said, I'm a fruit guy. I love fruit. So we've got strawberries, we've got tomatoes, cilantro and mint, we've got cucumber, red onion, apple, honey crisp, I believe, and then we've got golden delicious, no, Granny Smith. And then we've also got, for my wife, pepper. She loves peppers. So I know Aubrey likes apples. We're going to add the apples, the cucumber. She does not like tomatoes, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do the red onions. And then we're going to do the cilantro and mint. And I believe that's it. So she likes peppers, I don't. She doesn't like strawberries or tomatoes. but she doesn't mind tomatoes in there, so we're gonna add the tomatoes. So this will be for me, that will be for her, so we're gonna mix this all up, put it in the fridge for another hour, and then we're gonna pull it and try it. All right, y'all, so Aubrey has made it home, and my bowl, as you can see, is full of strawberries and fruits and all that good stuff. And hers does not have the strawberries and all the peppers. Give her a whirl, my dear.
All right.
So typically we have scoops. Scoops are the best, but we don't have them, so we're going Ritz.
Mmm. What'd you put in it this time?
Same thing as always.
It's good.
So ceviche is probably the healthiest meal you could have. No butter, no nothing, just raw fish and fruits and vegetables. Super easy, and like I said earlier, you guys make it the way you want it. If you're a fruit guy like me, do fruit. If you're a vegetable person, do vegetables. If you're a spice person, do spice. We are not spice. But hope you guys liked today's video. Super simple. Get out and do that.
It's really good. Like really good.
Get out and do those mangroves snapper. It's super easy. Everybody can do it. You saw where I was. It's really, really simple. But hope to see you guys out there. And if you would, click right here to subscribe and over here to watch more videos. And we will see you on the next one.